General of the United Cities and Local Government of Africa. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Secretary General, you addressed the metropolis today. What did you have to say to them?
Well, we're talking about Ubuntu, how to apply Ubuntu in the management of cities. And this is a powerful thought. And we know that President Nelson Mandela and even Reverend Desmond Tutu gave a very, very important definition of this. You are because of me. I am because of you. Caring. Ubuntu is about caring. And this is a principle that you can easily enact. But to put it in practice is another issue.
And how do we put it into practice?
This is the problem. And I addressed the meeting by saying you need to put it into a context where Africans are moving from rural area to urban area, and it's taking 2 generations. It took in Europe 5 generations. So the speed and the pace of urbanization is not that controllable. We have to be very sensitive on the way we master this move. Number 2 is the economy that is globalizing. And this context put a burden on states, because many states that were mastering the way the city were planned in the 70s are losing control, because globalization opened up the competition throughout the world. So when you plan your city, you are not planning only Johannesburg for Johannesburg, you are planning Johannesburg as a global city. So you need to consider what is happening in Tokyo,
Sure.
what is happening in Paris when you are planning Joburg. And in that case, you need somewhere a sort of watchdog of what is happening elsewhere.
What is your biggest challenges for municipalities on the African continent? Have you identified your top 3 challenges that you have, the problems that you have?
Yes, working with the people.
Working with the people.
Yes. This is considering people as an asset and not only a problem.
And they don't do that, or do they?
Well, I'm afraid if you see how we plan our cities, we plan based on demand. We don't plan based on potential.
And how do we create safer cities?
Safer cities is about caring. It's about bringing people together to see how they can live together. It's about understanding the differences, and it's about bridging these differences. So if I can put hard questions on you, if you plan ahead, do you plan the whole city of Johannesburg according to the Santon standard or according to the Tembisa standard? This is a huge issue, and it cannot be solved without a dialogue between the citizen of the city, people talking to other people, and people taking interest of others into account. This is caring.
Platforms like these are, I would assume, very important for networking, from sharing and from learning from each other. Do you believe that there's a lot to be learned here from especially South African mayors that are here?
You know, we did an assessment of what we call city enabling environment, which is an assessment of countries that allow their cities to be active in addressing the urban challenge. We did an assessment of 50 countries. South Africa came first. It means that there is a lot to learn from this country. But also, South African cities have a lot to learn from others, and not only in Africa. For example, if you want people to participate in the management of the city, there is a tool that the Latin American cities are implementing, which is the participatory budgeting. This kind of tool could be very useful to accelerate the accountability system of the South African cities. There is another tool that the city of Dakar has put in place, which is a citizen satisfaction rating of local authorities. This kind of tool could be also implemented in South Africa, but there is a lot to learn from South Africa to be spread out throughout Africa.
Thank you very much. The Secretary General of the United Cities and Local Government of Africa, thank you for sharing some of your thoughts with us this afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Jad. It was great. Thank you. Short and sharp.